Hello, hi guys. Welcome to Two Docs Podcast. I'm Dr. Ali here.
And I'm Dr. Ingky, and welcome to the podcast whereby two medical doctors generally speak about a lot of non-medical stuff.
Non-medical.
Just like today's topic.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely right. And today's topic is going to be an annoying topic.
Okay.
Because we're going to talk about annoying Malaysian habits.
All right.
And do you do any of it?
Okay. So I would say that a lot of habits that we have, sometimes even when we do it, we unknowingly do it.
It's not conscious.
It's
right?
not conscious.
It's not conscious.
Yeah.
It has become part of the social norm.
Yes, correct. Correct.
A bit of a monkey see, monkey do.
Yes.
But in the end of it, you really do. It doesn't become intentional.
That's right.
Not intentional.
That's true.
But it ends up in the eyes of people who are not from the country, not from the social circle, will see that it's a bit annoying. Huh?
Yes, that is right.
And especially when you travel and you realize people don't
actually do that.
Don't actually do that.
Correct.
That's only if you have a high realization.
Yes.
Otherwise, you'll
that's
be
right.
just like couldn't even care less.
That's true.
I give a very simple example. So I used to travel with a bunch of friends, and we went overseas. And when we went to anywhere which has an escalator, we being Malaysians, we like to honk the whole lane.
The whole walkway, yes.
The whole
correct.
walkway. Two of us. And then the next one also another two of us. And we'll just form this square,
Yes.
face each other, and we'll start talking. And people will come up from the back, and we're oblivious.
Yes, that's right.
Totally oblivious. And it's very normal here.
It is actually very normal, especially when you get on an escalator with your friends, you go to stand and just talk.
Yes.
All right. In a lot of places in the world, when you get on an escalator, you either stand on your right or you're on the left.
Yeah.
All right?
Depending on the rules of the country.
Depending on the rules of the country, whether they drive on the left or the right side. So you stand on one side and you allow walking pedestrians to
rush by.
actually walk by. Yes.
Yeah.
To actually walk by. And this is not only for escalators, What I also noticed, right? Another, I would say a bit annoying, is when I went overseas there, I realized, hey, actually a lot of Malaysians do this, is when we wait for public transport,
Okay.
right? We don't wait for people to alight, to exit first, right?
Yes.
Example, when a bus arrives, it makes perfect sense to allow the people on the bus to get out the bus first, because there's limited space on the bus before you get on the bus.
Yep.
However, in Malaysia, it's the other way around. When the
Oh,
bus door
crowd.
open, everyone go and clash with one another.
Crowd right in front. Yeah.
Right, and more so during rush hour, if you have taken LRT, right, it's the same thing. And now what a lot of people have done, a lot of stations have done, is they have painted those lines.
Yes.
Whereby, okay,
Please stand on this line,
side,
clear the center.
Yes, clear the center. But still, people still stand in the middle.
Yep.
I have still seen people standing in the middle. And then when people on a train want to get out, and you want to get in, and the person getting in gets annoyed because he's being pushed around. Even though the person is not supposed to be there, you're supposed to let those guys on the train
Come out first. Yeah. But the one going in is the one that goes.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think if it's like a bus, it's still alright because the driver can wait. But if it's a train, it's automated.
Yes, correct.
There's a timer
Yes,
to
a
it.
timer, yes, correct.
So the more when you do this crowding and counter traffic, don't allow people to alight.
Yeah.
You're cutting down the timer. The timer runs
right.
off.
That is right.
And you
That
just
is
might
right.
miss it.
That is right. That's right.
But I'm not sure well, maybe some other countries does it lah. But this is one thing that I find Malaysians do it, and I think we should look into trying to cut it off.
Yes.
Both escalator and also queue to go
as
into
well.
a public
Yes,
transport.
correct.
Another one that I find quite annoying, which we've done it a lot, is when you are at a mamak store and to call for attention.
You
You
do what? Kiss. You make that kissing sound.
everybody does it.
Yes.
Have you done it?
Yes, I have. All right. So a lot of times when you want to get someone's attention, you wave your arm.
Doesn't
After
work.
a while, it doesn't work. Hey, boss, again, it doesn't work. Then you start French kissing.
French kissing
French
the air.
French kissing the air just to get the attention. Yes, it can be annoying and it can be rude as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be rude as well.
It becomes habitual.
Yes, that's right.
It becomes habitual, and the one that I think starts to be a bit insulting is when you use the same thing to do catcalling.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So it's become such a habit. Instead of saying hey, hi, whatever, the cat call comes in. That French kissing the air.
Yes. One thing that I find annoying is in a lot of fast food restaurants in Malaysia, we don't clear the tables or the trays.
Oh,
Right.
Yes.
I never knew that, right? Because again, growing up in Malaysia, we always left everything on the table. People come and clean.
Correct.
Then only when I went overseas to study, right, then I realized, no one leaves their trash on the table. They make sure they clear. Let's say if you're at McDonald's or in KFC, they make sure they clear everything on the table. They put a tray back at the tray area.
Yep.
Then only they leave. Of course, you might have specks of
Sauce or
food
whatever,
here and all, but it's fine. They just leave it alone. Someone comes and clean, but they don't leave the tray
With
and
our
the
food
packets
and
there.
packaging.
Yes.
Yeah, it's something very common here, and true story. So I went out with friends during our MO ship. We were at McDonald's. So there's 4 of us. We all had a good meal. I have to rush back to the hospital. So all 3 left. So I'm there. I start to pack my stuff. I pack all their rubbish, put onto one tray, and I send it back. Now their response, their question to me is something very common. Ellie, what you do that for?
There's someone working there.
There's someone working there.
Exactly.
You know, they're being paid. They need to do it. It's their job. So my only retort is, my mom taught me manners. After that, every time we go out, everyone suddenly had manners. But it's a very common response from anyone that says they've already been paid.
Yes, they're being paid, right? You are doing their job. This is their job. Leave it for them to do. Yes, correct.
And I think even now, even despite so much more awareness, more and more places are providing proper trays and there's signages.
Yes.
It still happens.
Yeah, it still happens. People
still
still
happens.
leave their tray and their plates and everything on the table.
Yeah,
you're right.
Now the one thing is, it's very annoying because when you're there, the whole purpose of doing it is not so that you're doing someone else's work, but it's so that you clear the table for the next person to come in to sit down.
Correct.
Because even if you as a person, right, you don't want to go and sit on a table with full of dirt.
Yes.
You're still going to call the person to come and clean up for you, which cuts waste time and everything.
Correct.
So I think it's just basic courtesy.
Yes, that is right.
Really basic
That is right.
courtesy.
It's very, very basic courtesy. Okay. One annoying thing that I think that maybe not only Malaysians, but I think I would say a lot of people probably in Asia, they probably do it, especially in Southeast Asia, is after using the public toilet, they don't flush.
I'll top it up.
Yeah.
They not just don't flush.
They squat.
They squat on the place that you're going to put your butt.
Your butt at, yeah.
So you go into the toilet, right?
Yeah,
It's got shoe prints all over it. And if the toilet had dirt, he will step on that dirt and he'll implant that dirt onto the whole toilet bowl. And apparently, it's not just he.
Is she as well? Oh, of course.
Is she as
yeah,
well?
Actually, a lot of she do it because they sit to do number 1 and number 2.
1 and 2, yeah.
Yeah. So, but the problem is because public toilets are not that hygienic, so they don't want to sit, so they squat.
So they squat onto it.
Yes, correct.
And to top it off, there are some signages whereby they says, please do not squat.
Yes.
And they actually have pictures to show broken toilet bowl.
Yeah, so it's actually quite dangerous when you squat on a toilet bowl because those toilet bowls are not meant for you to squat on top, and they're made from ceramic.
Correct.
It means, right, when they break, right, it gets pretty sharp.
It'll
It gets
cut.
pretty sharp. They'll cut and they cut quite deep.
Yes.
And they don't cut you on like your arm or something. They cut you on very sensitive places, your thighs, your butt, and all. So,
private area.
Yeah, and then these places, if you do get cut, right, the cut can go pretty deep
Very deep.
inside, right?
And
you
the
need
vessels
medical emergency.
are-
And the vessels are pretty
very
big.
hard to,
Yes.
to suture up.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct,
so
correct.
The last thing you want is to be a part of a horror film, right? Whereby
Yes,
you are
correct.
there splattered in blood and mixed with excrement.
Yeah, correct. So the reason why I mentioned that we don't flush in the toilets is because I've seen, or I've even seen parents when they bring their children to the toilet, they'll tell the kids, don't flush. The flush is dirty.
Huh?
Yes.
What?
Don't flush.
The flush is dirty?
Yes, because
What, the
the
handle?
place, the handle, the place you press or the string that you pull, that one is dirty. Don't touch it.
What?
Don't touch it. And I was thinking, you just peed or you just crapped in the toilet and
you
then
don't-
you're not flushing. Yeah, exactly. So the parents say, hey, don't touch it. Just go and wash hands and go out. And then they leave the toilet unflushed.
Oh, man.
Yes. And the problem is then after that, the next person come in, see dirty, and he's not going to flush it as well. And it accumulates over time. Hence, a lot of places, right, the toilets smell.
Yes.
Smell
Horrible.
horrible. Because very simple, and as long as you don't flush within a half an hour to an hour, right, that the pungent, pee ammonia smell gets out, all the crap smells gets out, and and it lingers on for a long time. Yeah, it lingers for a long time. So please flush, all right?
Please flush.
Don't matter, right? You can just one finger flush, go and wash your
Wash
finger.
that finger
Just
lah,
wash that
yeah.
one finger, right? If you're really scared, just wrap it with a tissue paper and just sprap, and then throw the tissue paper into the toilet bowl.
Now that we're still on the toilet, right?
Yeah.
The other one, bidet.
Bidets, okay.
They just can't put it back.
Yes.
It'll be like splattered on the floor.
And so, a lot of times when it hits the floor, and then sometimes when the floor has water, now your bidet is dirty already.
With whatever water,
With whatever water is
questionable
there,
water.
yeah, with
Even
questionable
if the water is clean, it's questionable.
Yes, exactly. So the next question is: would you going to pick it up and point
And
it
point at yourself
point
and
yourself?
use, or what are you gonna do? It's a very big issue.
Yes,
very
that's
big
right.
problem.
That is right. That's right.
And that's why it's a challenge to find good toilets.
Yes,
in public.
it's not easy to find good toilets in public. It's never easy. It's never easy.
Next one, and I'm not sure if it's global, but this happens very rampant. Is that we like to ask, what race is that person?
Oh yes,
Especially when you do something wrong, then we want to, polarize it down to the race, because there's this what's the word for it?
stereotype.
Stereotype, stereotype that certain
Tend to
races
stereotype,
tend to
yes.
do certain things.
Yes, correct.
So then we start saying, oh, what's that fella's race? Why he do like that one? Why? I think that is really bad. We need to cut that out.
Yeah, Malaysia being a very
Multiracial
country, right? And not only do we have all the three major races, and to be honest, most people are not really pure one single race.
Not anymore.
Somewhere there's
Yeah,
always a
not
mix, really
anymore.
one, right? There's always a mix. So race should never be part of the question, right? You should never question someone's race. You should never even ask what race are you, because it really doesn't matter. Everyone's Malaysian anyway, right? And all our so-called habits or cultural habits that we have, right? It's
a mixture.
It's a mixture, really. It's a mixture. There's no pure Malay culture. There's no pure Chinese culture. No pure Indian culture. It's all mixed. And trust me, if I go back to China, right, they will look at me weird. Hey,
You're not Chinese?
Yeah, no, I'm not pure Chinese. Yeah, they will look at me weird. Number one. Now the words I use is different because and my taste bud is different because I'm so used to the food in Malaysia already, and the Chinese food in Malaysia has been so localized that it's no longer called Chinese food. It's just called Malaysian food.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's just called Malaysian food. That's it.
You won't find char kway teow there.
Yeah, you will never find char kway teow in China.
Not in the same form. Not in the same form.
You will never find char kway teow there. Right? You even if they're fried kway teow, it's not char kway teow.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's it's just fried kway teow.
Yeah, it's just fried kway
It's
teow.
not char kway teow.
Yeah, and it has come to a certain point, right? Even Malay cuisine has char kway teow.
Oh yes,
Yes. But it's wet.
Yeah, it's wet char kway teow.
Yeah, it's a kway teow basah or something.
Yes.
A char kway teow basah. Yeah.
They just call it char kway teow.
They just call
kway
it
teow
char kway
goreng.
teow. Yeah, kway teow
Kway teow
goreng.
goreng.
Yeah, kway teow
Yeah,
goreng,
but it's
it's
basah.
wet. Yeah. But
it's still nice.
As you see,
It's still very nice.
It's nice and it's Malaysian food.
You know, my dad cannot accept that. he went once to a restaurant in Kajang, and
You order char kway teow.
he ordered char kway teow. And then when it arrived, it was the wet version. He looked at the guy, right, like he did the most mortal sin and said, "This is not char kway teow." Then the guy said, "This is char kway teow." No, this is not char kway teow. It's dry, not wet. Then he refused to pay. And of course, the guy was gracious enough to take it back.
Yeah.
Then he went on a rampage to complain. No, they had to explain to him, in certain parts of Penang, it's wet.
Yeah,
It's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
If you try it
Exactly.
out. It's
Exactly.
not the same, but it's interesting. The other one that's very interesting, since we're on this, nasi ambeng from Johor. Have you tried?
Yes, I have.
It's like rice with fried noodles on the side.
Yes, correct.
It's like a whatever you want, whatever's on it.
Yes, correct.
All right, next one, which I also find quite annoying. This could be not just Malaysian, but maybe just within the region, is we love asking for discounts. Everything must ask for discounts.
It's normal lah. I would say.
No,
I would say
if
that is pretty normal.
fixed
in a lot of
item.
places. Oh, fixed item.
Fixed
yeah.
item. You go into, let's say, a department store, and they still want to ask the fella at the department store, the salesperson, hey, other discount? Got discounts or more? Got free gift.
But to be honest, I think it's not just regional. I've really seen it in the Middle East as well.
They'll
In the Middle East, right? Everywhere they go in, right, they'll still ask for discount, even if it's like a fixed price. It's like they will enter a
department store.
Yeah, they will enter, like, let's say example, they will enter a big brand store. You know, the price is already stated there. There's a small plug there. They will ask, still got discount or not? Of course, there's none. You know, it's stated there already.
They just want to ask.
Yeah, they just want to ask for the heck of it, just in case. Just in case. Okay, one annoying thing that a lot of Malaysians do is we like to fake our accents.
Oh,
especially in the presence of someone who is not local. Right? Example, right? If you can be speaking normally and then suddenly you have an American friend drop by, suddenly there's an American accent. There's a pseudo-American accent.
It's not even full. It's not full.
It's a pseudo-American accent that actually appears. It's like, what? The accent came from nowhere. And sometimes it also happens when someone travels somewhere for
a few days.
For a few days, they come back. They have an accent.
Surprisingly, right, when they go Thailand and Vietnam, they don't come back with the Vietnamese accent.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's always to
the
white man, Australia,
UK, Europe,
Europe, and all. Yes, correct. You are right. You are right.
But it won't be like French. They don't come back with a French accent very much.
Oh no. So
Italian, French, no.
Italian, French, no.
British, yes.
British, yes. American,
yes. Australian, yes.
Correct.
Irish, not so.
No, not so much.
Yeah,
Irish is a bit difficult.
Yeah, it's hard to roll the tongue.
Yeah, it's hard to roll the tongue. Yeah. So generally in these few countries.
But very interesting.
It's very interesting.
This three, we come back, suddenly we have this amazing slang. Like we were born there. Well, let us know. Hey guys, if you've got any weird Malaysian habits that you'd like to share with us. This week, we just want to take things a bit light because we've been doing a series of
a lot of serious
stuff.
A lot of serious stuff.
Heavy
stuff.
And next week will be yet another serious topic,
exactly.
Which you guys can tune in. In the meantime, do tune in to our next session. We are going to be talking about
money, but children, right?
Children and money. How to teach value of money to kids.
Exactly.
Yeah. So stay tuned next week. Until then, this is us signing off. Dr. Ali here.
And Dr. Ingky. Have a good weekend.